Welcome back, guys. It looks like that we are right into Champ Select already. A little bit premature in my brain for these guys. Need to freaking wait. Anyways.
Yeah, you can see right off the bat that the red team from last game, now the blue team, no confusions here, they banned out the Blitzcrank. It looks like if I was them, I would do the same thing. Prowler isn't really a support player, and I assume they're just looking to let their bot lane get a little bit farther ahead.
Man, I'm colorblind. I don't even know. I'm kidding, guys. Okay. But yeah. Well, yeah, they really don't want to deal with that Blitzcrank. I mean, he was a thorn in their side for that entire game, especially with those awesome hooks.
Yeah.
Definitely want to get rid of that.
Yeah, I played a game with Prowler a few days ago, and he would teleport Blitzcrank, and we managed to win that game. So if he can win a game with teleport on Blitzcrank, he's got to be pretty good at the champ.
Yeah, for sure. Are you sure it wasn't a mistake, or was he legit going for
No, he was legit. Yep, he literally said, okay, if you're playing AD carry, I'm going to take teleport. And that's how that went. So I talked with Greatbeard of Odin, and he said that he did not have the correct masteries on last game, and he didn't have enough damage. Not sure what masteries he did have, because Riot took away the runes in Spectre mode.
Yep. I mean, that sounds like an empty-handed excuse to me, but you know.
That's fair. Yeah. They pick out the J4. Seems like that's the #1 pick for these two teams. Well,
yeah.
they leave the Ornn up.
I mean,
Yeah, that's is that the first Ornn we've seen?
That is the second Ornn we've seen. We actually saw one last week.
Oh yes, in the second of last game.
And I think it was Shaken?
Nah, it was Darian from Brew City Brawlers.
Yeah, that's who it was.
Versus me, actually. I should remember that.
Yeah, you should remember if you were the one. Oh, I'm sorry, you were probably stomping on that team too hard, weren't you?
Nope, that is not what happened. So they pick up the Lee Sin. I haven't seen Goon Stomp play very much, but he is indeed a jungle main, so he probably has a decent amount of games on Lee Sin.
Oh yeah, with how popular he is in the jungle, I mean, that's going to be a force to be reckoned with. But, yeah.
And they pull out the Karma. Interesting pick, probably a support pick, given Brandana would never be caught dead playing Karma mid lane, and Brad stopped playing, so it wouldn't go top lane. So they just pull out the Caitlyn again from the red team.
Mm-hmm. Previously the blue team, no confusion.
Nope.
I mean, should we just call them blue team and red team?
Understood.
Red team.
Eventually.
You know what I mean.
I do.
No, we won't do that. But yeah, I mean, Caitlyn was a strong pick last game. Definitely helped them out. So I mean, why not, right?
Very safe. Only thing that's really Ezreal and it's called Ezreal and Xayah are really the other two super safe ones.
For sure.
Fine.
Oh, and they ban out the Nivea. Not that I've ever seen Brandon play a Nivea either, but you know, anything's possible.
Yeah. I mean, we could see a Scion mid lane.
Did they spell something out?
I recommend skipping.
Keseja? Nope. Unless they don't know how to spell Kesha.
I can't think of
Nope.
words to go with that either. Nope. No.
Otherwise, Ajesk, but that's probably not it either.
It just. Man. Terrible.
Pulling out another safe pick by Baconlicious, assuming they're keeping the same roles. Orianna and Malzahar, very safe picks. Not sure if that's because he doesn't play mid lane or just that he doesn't want Brandana to be able to snowball off him.
Damn. Huh. Oh.
If you think that your team is gonna lose, you pull out everything you got to do.
I mean, that was kind of the contrary that we saw from, well, not really the contrary because they did lose, but they picked the Vayne. But last week we had,
Hardcore campers picked Vayne twice.
yeah, they lost twice, didn't they?
They
They
did
lost-
lose both games, yes.
Yeah. Maybe we'll see some more better plays today. Not really sure though. Haven't seen these guys play Vayne before. But yeah, I mean that's a very confident pick to take.
Yeah, if you look at that whole team, it's a whole bunch of confident picks. From the bottom side of the map, anyways. With the Diana is very tricky to play. Brandon Diana has played a ton of it, but still, if he doesn't get snowballing early game, it's going to be pretty hard to get through a Nautilus and an Ornn. It's with the targeted CC.
Correct. Yeah. Jeez. Oh boy.
And I know Prowler wanted to actually get in here and cast, but he keeps winning his games, so he's never going to actually get a chance to hop into the casting booth.
Hey man, if you keep winning your games, don't make him lose a game, man.
Yeah.
Wait, if he throws this game, I think I might know why then.
No, he has to throw 2 games in a row, in which case we wouldn't have a finals anyways, so then he wouldn't be able to cast anything.
Oh man, poor Dr. Prowler. Still don't think you're a doctor, bud. I'm sorry. Alright, so now we're getting into 3-minute wait, spectator, wait, delay, whatever you want to call it. I don't freaking know. But, so looking at these two teams, Ace, tell me, what do you who do you think's going to be the winner?
Even taking the names of the players off, I'd pick the red team in this situation.
Yep.
Orianna and Caitlyn have really strong late games, and they can get snowballing really easy with a Lee Sin. Even if they have to stall out, Ornn's one of the best champs in the game right now, and having that much CC coming from support role is it's pretty crazy with a Nautilus.
For sure.
But looking at the blue team, they of course have a chance. Everyone has a chance. Any given Sunday or Wednesday night, depending. They can get some tank from the top side. If Jarvan builds a warrior early, they'll be able to get a little bit of burst going and maybe snowball the Diana and the Vayne. In which case, if Menards is any good at playing Vayne, he would probably be able to 1v5 that team. Since there's not much targeted burst.
And did call it last game. Rudy decided to go with the Scion for top lane, so a little bit more meat on his bones than Fiora. Just a tad.
Yeah, I don't know. I probably wouldn't have pulled out a tank versus Ornn. Ornn has a very high percentage health burn in his kit. You normally want to go fighters versus, but Scion is rated as the best tank versus the Ornn, but still someone like Kayle that can keep him at a far range. Otherwise, it seems like most of the other good picks versus Ornn are cheese picks, such as Heimerdinger or Karthus or Volibear. So really, just a rough champ to play versus.
Interesting. Well, I'm sure that Rudy has some confidence in his Scion. Well, we'll get to see if he can take himself out of the top lane that he was in last game. I'm sure that he'll be able to do that with a champ he's more comfortable with. Actually, I don't even know. I'm pretty sure he's a Scion player, isn't he?
Yes, yeah, that's one of his most played champs, and probably actually his best top lane champ, according to stats anyways.
Huh.
Since while he's
What do stats know?
yeah, he's a top lane player, but his main champion is actually Nautilus support. That's his best win rate by far, and almost his most games played. I'm surprised he didn't pull out the Shen, though that it wasn't banned, and it's been banned at every single game that he's played in the LCUS.
Yeah, interesting. Maybe he didn't even think of it being banned every single game. He just was like, I'm gonna go for the Scion. Oh
that
crap!
definitely happens.
I mean, once you get your favorite champ banned so much that it's just like, man, I'm not even gonna think about that champ. It happens.
Definitely.
Yeah,
So,
there's no cancerous Teemos so far in this LCUS, thank God.
I've heard a few players are thinking about pulling it out, so
Oh,
you don't need
boy.
to be you don't need to be thanking anybody yet. It's going to be a close one.
Please,
Uh,
for the sake of my sanity, guys, don't pick a Teemo.
It's going to happen. It's the highest win rate top laner right now.
I know, but
Yeah. It's you know, it's one of those that you're just like, I don't want to talk about that. Just
yeah,
leave it alone.
yeah, exactly. Just leaves a bad taste
So-
in my mouth.
Yeah. Once again, the players were in different roles, different positions during champ select.
Yeah,
Um,
they're really trying hard. This freaking go through. But yeah, it
And-
looks like that we do have the runes that these guys are playing with. Looks like that Rudy as the Scion has Grasp, Brandana, Diana has Electrocute, YOLO Swag 775, Karma has Airy, Chaos X has J4, Jarvan has Electrocute, Menard's Vayne has Lethal Tempo. That's as much as we got right now, guys. Oh, there's the second one. We got Shaken as Ornn having Grasp, Goonstomp, Lee, Electrocute, Baconlicious, Airy. Sorry guys, that's what's said. Arcane Soda, Fleet Footwork, Prowler, Nautilus, we got Grasp.
yeah, it's so if you really, I don't know if I would say they have the wrong masteries on the AD carries, but they really have ones that I wouldn't have personally went. Press the Attack is still by far the best damage mastery to go on almost any champion, especially AD carries. So seeing the two other precision keystones coming out in Fleet Footwork and Lethal Tempo are pretty weird, actually.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I tend to agree because I just started picking up ADCs and I put Fleet Footwork down just because I was like, that one doesn't seem like it's gonna work out for me. But beg to differ.
Fleet Footwork is much like Warlord's Bloodlust from the last set of keystones. If you walk around, you get a set of stacks, and those set of stacks then can be used for healing and movement speed when you attack a minion or a champion or whatever.
Sure.
However, that gives up a ton of damage.
While we're kind of in a lull of the beginning of the game, I don't think we've talked too much about the new runes. What do you? I know you've been playing League for years. What do you think of the new runes?
I think that they're interesting. They're one of the largest changes that happened to the game, and they are definitely the largest changes that's ever happened to runes and masteries. I just hope that they don't ever get stale like the old set of runes did. The old set of runes definitely became, this is what you go on every single champion, and there was never a chance to go anything else. You would always go armor, magic resistance, and then, depending, damage, magic penetration, etc. But here you can really pick whatever. It's just, in 2 years, if they keep the same runes and masteries, you're gonna know that you go Fleet Footwork on AD carries or not. And no one else is ever going to go Lethal Tempo.
For sure. I mean, I haven't been playing League as long as a lot of people here, but I feel like that these runes and masteries play into more of like playstyle for people rather than like this is the best. Oh, I have to gank in the top lane a little bit and mid lane as well. 2 ganks. Nothing to really capitalize on. Odin able to go shy away. Baconlicious able to shy away as well. Jeez. Crumps. But yeah, as I was saying, like, I feel like it contributes more to the playstyle of players rather than what this is what you play. But yeah, I do tend to agree with you. I feel like within 2 years it's going to be the same as the last set of runes, is that everybody's just going to find out that, oh, this is the best set of runes for you to play in general for AD carry or mid lane, etc., etc., etc.
Yeah, ARAM is really interesting right now, and although I hate the game mode, you're really able to abuse the runes in that. Going Dark Harvest, if you don't go Dark Harvest, you're not going to win. And I just hope that it doesn't end up that way for Summoner's Rift.
Yeah. I mean, you never know. But I feel like Rizzo got this kind of right, whereas some other things that they've come out with have been questionable whenever they might have needed a little bit more testing. But I feel like that the runes right now are in a good place. Enough boring talk about that. But
you know, you say it's boring talk, but these lanes are pretty boring right now.
Not like the last game where we had absolute bloodbath out of the way.
Yeah, it really helps that Chaosix didn't lose his blue buff at the start of the game, and he's actually not. I think at this point last game he was still level 1. So that's definitely a benefit. Top lane still, Sion's still getting destroyed top lane by the Ornn, as we thought would happen. But overall, the gold difference is really just coming from that lane.
For sure. We haven't had any executions left yet, so that's good. So far.
So far. Someone has to feed the jungle camps. They just sit there waiting, and nobody ever comes and feeds them.
What, that just makes them better, right? I mean, if you just give up your body to wolves, that makes them like 10 times better. You get 10 times more gold when you get back. That's not how it works.
Oh,
Have I been playing wrong?
Blown flash by Bacon.
Yeah, exactly. Got Bacon. Ooh. A bit of it all going on.
Ornn just ulted top lane, but he's low on mana and is not able to actually punish that at all.
Yeah.
He's probably going to go back and TP, depending on how well Greatbeard of Odin manages to freeze the top lane.
Yeah. Interesting thought. Did you think that he thought he was going to be able to capitalize on that more?
Otherwise, there's no reason to do it. Otherwise, he would have been much better off to ult the wave or something.
Yeah.
To try to get it more into tower.
I think you got it exactly right. TP just back in and just doing a little bit more damage. Not really to capitalize on it though.
Odin really needs to be careful. He can't have the same thing happen that happened last game, where he stays in lane too long, gives up the advantage, and then comes back to lane too far behind and not having a TP anymore.
For sure.
If he should really push this wave out and then go back himself. Pick up a little bit more mana and come back to the lane.
And it looks like he's doing exactly that. Are you giving these guys tips in the future?
No, they just played with me enough that they know that we all know what each other's gonna do. During the time when Ornn was TPing back to lane, Diana actually roamed top to try to help the. Sorry, I just saw the missed CS by the Vayne and lost my train of thought. But Diana was trying to come top to punish the Ornn that just TP'd in, but is way too tanky to get a kill off if he's not already chunked.
We do have a little bit more Battle of Vision going on. It looks like that. Ooh, push off Arcane Soda. Vayne's not Vayne. Ugh. Man, we're never gonna get people's attention. Wait. Holy crap! The frickin' game does not know. I thought that Jarvan was an ADC. What are we doing here?
Dude, he could be. Last game he really seemed like it. Just going in. I would have been surprised if he didn't have some of the most damage in that game.
Well,
dunking on people.
You gotta do what a Jarvan's gotta do. Diving in and dunking on people is what you do. Menards might be in trouble.
Yeah,
Ooh.
they were trying to go aggressive versus the lanes they don't have an advantage on. Caitlyn has a much better early game than Vayne, sometimes even perceived as a counter. And with Karma has sustain, which is the only advantage that she really has over the Nautilus, sustain and poke. So if you don't sustain and poke down, you aren't going to be able to go in and get a kill 2v2. Mid lane, it looks like Ornn. Bot lane has a trade coming in as well. But mid lane, Ornn roamed down. Well, it looked like the Sion had a freeze, which actually caught Sion back up in CS, which is very helpful for the blue team.
playing a lot more defensively this game. It looks like that they tested the waters last game, found out that definitely not something they wanted to tread. Now they're being more defensive, and this is probably a better play for them. I mean, it's especially since you said top lane, we might see a little bit of what we saw last game with that Ornn pick versus that Sion, and rest of the lanes. It's going to be a tough game to get through, to say the least.
Definitely. And then you see the wet noodle fight happening top lane. Even with the amount of damage that Ornn does. Oh!
Oop.
I don't even have words for that. I was trying, and I was just like, oh, that's pretty much. No flash on the Diana, and Orianna is just using her range advantage to really screw her up.
Yeah. Yeah, it just looks like that we're back down to just poking everybody. Oh, we might be seeing a gank going down on top lane. Ornn getting the ult off. Sion just trying to get out. Looks like he's going to be able to do so. Well, Ornn might want a piece under tower. Takes 2 power. It's nothing really happens. Man. It's one thing you can't really do is you can't gank a top lane Sion this early in the game. Well, Lee Sin did have the right idea there.
Yeah,
Looks
there's
like...
some.
Oh,
There's
sorry,
something to be said about the gold lead that the red team took both games. It wasn't ever really, besides top lane, a giant like team fight that they took the lead from. It was always just basic 1 or 2 second fights that they just got a lead off of CS. But now it looks like the red team might actually get an advantage here with the kill on this Nautilus they're gonna grab. Whew! That was close though.
If that hook would have landed, he might have gotten out. Yeah.
It did land. The Karma just had to steal the kill to, which then like takes the whole point away of feeding the Vayne.
Yeah. Hey, maybe that's the game they don't want to play. Feed the Vayne gets stale sometimes.
Yeah.
Although Brandana might be in trouble here. Lee Sin is not too happy. Ooh, nice kick.
Oh my God! Get the hell out of there! Wrong way. Oh, flash! Come on. Kha'Zix. Oh,
Ooh,
pushed his luck a little
nice
bit too far.
defense from Caitlyn. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she gonna be. She might be able to get the triple kill given the massive range that. Yep.
Yep.
Q has. I think
Okay.
this game just broke wide open for the red team.
Yeah,
They're gonna be able to get the dragon off of this, as well as now they just have a massive lead of Caitlyn over the Vayne.
for sure. Man. We thought this game was going to be boring. Come on, man. It's getting interesting now.
Yeah, apparently. And Sion just got forced out of lane as well. Not a huge CS lead, but just massive damage on that tower.
Yeah, the blue team's got to be careful.
Vayne
With this one.
ults in for the one-on-one, and the Nautilus shows up. Change of plans.
Change of plans, but able to get off a lot of damage on.
Oh, unneeded flash. He dodged that, and the flash was late. He wouldn't have dodged it even if he, even if it would have hit him, it would have hit him anyways.
Yeah. When you're that scared, man, anything can happen. Especially with how squishy a Vayne can be. Oh boy. You know, I didn't even... I forgot to say who won the skin battle. I apologize, everybody.
You're gonna lose your job if you're not careful.
I screwed up. I screwed up, man. I humbly apologize.
It looks, in my opinion, it looks like the red team wins the skin battle this game.
I still say it's a little bit too early, but then again, you're more right than you are wrong. So,
It looks like Vayne, Karma, and J4 are pretty basic this game. And the Lee Sin skin and Orianna skin are some of my favorites. So I might just be biased.
yeah. Prowler might be in a little bit of trouble there. Still
If
getting
he still
down.
has his hook up, he'll easily be able to get away from that. He's Vayne gonna go for it? Yeah.
Yep.
Burns his heal though, which might flash out of Ornn. Are they gonna go for the tower dive? I wouldn't, given the ult still up on Ornn.
Yeah, it looks like it's just going to disengage. Poked. A little bit of poke damage. Make sure this substantiated presence. Here comes the ult.
Rudy was able to knock himself out of it and gets another kill mid lane. I actually didn't notice when Diana picked up her first kill.
Yeah, I missed that too. I missed that one too. I was too busy going top lane because I thought Ornn was gonna, Ornn and Lee were gonna capitalize on that.
Yeah. It looks like bot lane once again is a little bit too scared to dive.
I mean, if you're gonna be playing safe this game, especially with Caitlyn being back, that damage is not gonna be that range. It's just definitely need to catch them with their pants down. It looks like that YOLO swag is just gonna chip them down so much so that it looks like that Arcane's gonna go back.
That's what you need to do with the Karma. You're not gonna win a 1v1 unless you're the mid lane Karma. So you really have to just keep going in, keep getting the damage down. Right now it's like Nautilus is by himself. And while you don't want to tower dive a Nautilus, you definitely need to get him out of the XP range like they just did. Caitlyn's far enough away that they should really just push this wave in and go back. If you look at Vayne's
Sin coming in, or
Yeah.
not.
there's no dragon for a while. But if you look at the Vayne's gold, she has 2k. That's enough to finish her Infinity Edge, or pick up a Zeal and the Crit Cloak. And that honestly would be her best play, because she really needs to get attack damage.
Lands the hook on him. Ours might be in a little bit of trouble. That Caitlyn damage is definitely
She's
showing.
gonna alter, but
Nice
not
block.
get the kill.
Just a lot of bullying going on. Nothing really to capitalize off of.
Yeah.
Well, Goonstomp is looking for that dive.
There's 3 bot though. Oh, 4 bot from the red team, but also 3 bot. Diana will be able to clean this up pretty easily. If she's able to kill this Diana now, this game is wide open for the blue team to just destroy.
Ooh, Prowler goes down.
Oh man.
Oh man, might be.
About the second tower
Whoa.
shot, she does. How much hit points is that?
I don't know. I wasn't highlighted.
That
over
was
her.
less than 22 hit points.
Oh man, that might have been the record.
I will go back and look at that.
Check.
It's too bad we don't have a stats team.
And hand that off to the stats team, man. My God, that might be the new record. That was low.
The stats team would up 15 hit points, not the record.
Oh man. Close, but no cigar. Looks like that they're gonna trade towers. Top lane for bot lane. Shaken can get this. Slow but steady might win the race here. Effective goal in the race. He's not gonna have any aggression from Sion for a bit. I gotta say, they are doing a little bit more, prioritizing vision a little bit more, and I think that it's working out for them.
Yeah, they also benefit from the lack of a blitzcrank. But the bot lane, even though they have the vision, got easily destroyed there. But the Diana is just demolishing them. If she might be able to clean up the rest of this too. No flash on Diana, so she won't be able to. Oh my! If she would have been able to take the ult over onto the Lee Sin, she would have been able to clean up that whole team.
You were saying before that Brandana must be confident with that Diana. Oh.
He is scary on that champion if you let him get going, and they let him get going.
You're not kidding, jeez.
Yep. Can't check damage because this is not the LCS, the LCUS, and this is Gym Class Feeders, so maybe even less resources than normal. But He is going crazy with 7 kills.
Oh man.
If Sion can keep up the, I guess just surviving top lane, the blue team might win this game.
Yeah, you might be wrong in your prediction with the red team winning.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting such a massive gold lead to be on the Diana.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, with her cleaning house like that, I mean, oh, she might be
She's
full after that meal.
She's not that far ahead of the other mid laner, only 800 gold, but she is the highest gold in this game, and she's almost 2,000 gold ahead
Gang
of the
top lane coming in.
with the kill. If they can transition this into Baron, because Baron just spawned, they
This might be big.
lead
Oh,
off that.
Karma might have a little bit of trouble in mid lane. Is it going to be worth get Baron over if now the tower is done?
Yeah, there's no way that
think
you're
they're
able to
gonna do
defend that on time. If they get this, they don't have a wave to kill the other tower either, but it looks like they're just trying to play it safe instead of going for big plays.
With that Orin out of the picture for the next 10 seconds and about 10-15 seconds to walk back to lane, I feel like that this tower... Oh wait, no. They are losing the minions in top lane, so that tower might not go down just yet.
Yeah. Doesn't look like the J4 gave the blue buff over to the Diana, which is too bad given the fact that Diana didn't end up going for any mana. And it looks like there's 4 people top trying to kill the Scion. He doesn't have his ult up to escape, but Diana is around. If Diana and J4 decide to go in, they'd be able to clean up 2 or 3 of those kills. But it looks like they decided to just let Scion die.
Yeah, looks like that. Yeah. Oh boy. Well, Diana is just gonna go ahead and try to poke him a little bit. They can keep this momentum going. This might benefit them.
Yeah, Vayne's going in on the Ornn mid lane. Would be able to 1v1 if played correctly, but I don't think Ornn is willing to be that far out of lane.
Might be a little bit dangerous. His team is a little bit out of place. Although they
And
are
in a 4v5 without their tank, that would not be a good position to be in. Vayne also, it'll be interesting to see which item Vayne goes. If you go Static Shiv or Rapid Fire Cannon. While Rapid Fire Cannon definitely is perceived as a safer item, since you can stay at a little bit farther range, Vayne's not going to be poking people. So if you go in with, if you get a shot off with Rapid Fire Cannon, you still have to get closer in to get your 3 shots off. So you might as well just go Static Shiv for the burst damage.
for sure. We'll have to see what she picks. Looks like we're having a little bit of a reset. Just looks like that everybody's just going to kind of back off. I was thinking we might have a team fight.
Vayne's trying to get the 1v1 versus the Caitlyn, and he does, but getting collapsed on by the rest of the team. And they pull back. Probably don't think they're able to do enough damage, given the Caitlyn is their main damage source.
That might be the safe play so far. Especially since we have a Scion going on a business trip top lane. That might be... Ornn might have to go back top lane to make sure that that doesn't happen. Looks like we just have a... That tower is not looking great.
Sion ended up hitting the wall there, I believe. Didn't even burn a flash on Nautilus, so probably just was a little bit too eager.
Sure. I think that we're just going to be clearing vision out. Got damage on KS6. But, oh buddy.
Yeah, if
Could be
you
in
look
trouble,
at
but he does have Diana with him.
He has Diana and Karma to heal him back up when it comes to that. They also have the Ocean Dragon, which is my favorite dragon in the game. It really covers up the mistakes you made, which is like a non-high elo player like most of the players in these games are. You do make mistakes. So it really helps you, like, oh, you got bursted out by Orianna, just stand around for 8 seconds and you'll get your regen back.
True.
Caitlyn ended up going for Rapid Fire Cannon and Vayne went for Static Shiv. which is good for both of them. Caitlyn does poke, and Vayne actually gets knocked out of the Ornn ult by Lee Sin, but that doesn't stop them from taking him down. Really was all by himself. And it's a 4v5 in the mid lane now, 3v5, as Sion was pushing top lane that whole time.
Sion is coming down to see what he can do to help.
But they have no wave clear on that team, as Diana doesn't have Echo.
Sion able to go in. Nicely done, man. Knock him up.
Ooh, large Orianna ult killing the Diana, the only damage that the team has left. Sion really has to back off as he doesn't have the Thornmail, and Caitlyn will tear right through him. One interesting thing that you see on item builds right now is that Vayne went for a second attack speed item, which tends to be the way that most AD carries build. However, given how much sustain there is on the red team, going something like Bork right now would be a great way to cover up both your weakness of laning and get a little bit more attack speed.
The red team is able to confirm their second Drake kill. Ocean Drake for them as well. Looks like they're going to be able to stand in lane 8 seconds and heal up.
Yeah. Yeah, that kind of... Though, the thing about Ocean Drake is once the other team gets one, it really is all over. Like, both are pretty much worthless after that.
Yeah.
Of course, they help you when you're in the jungle, they help you take Baron. And if you can poke the other team and stop them from...
Nice little bait and switch from the... Ow! Nicely done by the Caitlyn Nautilus.
Yeah. Vayne would have needed to have a QSS or to condemn the Caitlyn into the wall to even have a chance to get away from there.
Now with Vayne gone, it's like, oh, especially since the team isn't in the bottom lane, looks like they're just going to stomp on through. Might even get a second tower.
It's interesting to see what the blue team is going to do right now. They need the Vayne up to help with the wave clear at the bottom, but at the same time they're trying to 3-man top lane. Looks like they're able to kill him.
I don't even think that was needed, the 3-man, but definitely confirmed that kill. Jeez, overkill. Overkill. Looks like that blue team is going to go for Baron, although they do have a Lee Sin watching in. Might try to go steal it. Bot lane, we have a little bit of a skirmish going on. Vayne trying to do her darndest to
They need to clear the wave, but I guess they are trying to take Baron, so they're just trying to buy time. Diana destroys Lee Sin, and they get a free Baron and a kill. Assuming they smite it.
Good for them. Looks like red team is just going to back off. They have nothing to do
Vayne
anymore.
is a little bit too close.
Ooh.
Orianna's back. If they push that advantage bot lane that they have right now, they'd be able to 2v2 that, I believe. Since Caitlyn, all of Caitlyn's gold is still in her pocket. She has 3,000 gold sitting around.
Once she gets that damage at back to base, she's going to have a little bit more damage on her, it shows.
Yeah, it looks like she's going to get, oh, I was completely wrong. Good thing I didn't say it. But she went straight Lord Dominic's Regard. Which is armor penetration. Oh, just quite the surprise, given the only tank on the other team is Sion.
Might have a bone to pick with that Sion, looks like. Do you think that's the right play here, though? I mean, really, the rest of the team's just squish. I mean,
no, it's the wrong thing. That is a very bad build on Caitlyn. And the Ornn tries to flash in front of the Sion to stop the ult and does not get to. And now he has to burn his TP as well to get back to lane to try to save the inhib, which he doesn't do either. Gets a large knockup, and if they're not able to get out, that might be the right play stopping them. Instantly kill the Lee Sin. Vayne did not get knocked up by the kick, but gets ulted by Orianna. Never mind, flashed out of the ult, cleaning up the whole team. clicked
Oh,
the
we
wrong
might see a
person. Are we
penta.
gonna get a pentakill? The first pentakill of the LCUS. He had gym class feeders, no better place. If Scion comes with this Vayne right now, they can win the game.
Yeah. It looks like that's exactly what they're gonna do. Man, sad day for the red team.
That
Oh,
was
man.
crazy. And that's exactly what I was talking about for the Caitlyn build. Caitlyn doesn't have any damage versus squishies right now, and wasted 1,000 gold upgrading Infinity Edge to Molten Edge.
Yeah. Man. Oh boy. Yeah, it looks like that Poseidon wasn't gonna just go and win the game. Looks like they want to elongate this a little bit more. Man,
Oh.
what a great Penta. Of course it went to a Vayne.
That always goes to a Vayne. The crazy part is, if you look back, Vayne was 2, 3, and 4 before that team fight. Vayne had CS, but she didn't have many kills.
Now she has kills for days. Definitely a lot stronger now. Bloodthirst
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, I personally wouldn't have went Bloodthirster, given the lack of burst and more Bork to get through characters. But he's got the pentakill. Maybe I should listen to him.
Yeah. Yeah, man, he's got the key plays. He's got the key plays, and he's got the ideas, man. Yeah. This might be blue team's game. Definitely in a stronger position. Well, yeah, that Karma might be able to do for rare.
If they don't focus the Vayne, he will clean them up again. Oh,
like
does
that.
not get out of the Orianna ult, but gets destroyed by the Lee Sin kick. However, Diana wasn't even in the fight. They should be able to get a dragon off of this, given the characters that they have left. Which dragon is it? It's another ocean dragon. So unfortunately, not a fire dragon like they would have wished.
Yeah.
But
Still gonna take it though. Just Scion going out of business trip top lane.
yeah.
Not even a
Waste of a teleport, really. When you have when you have inhib down and you have a TP up on a split pusher, you really want to just have your split pusher with the TP pushing that lane in. It's gonna make at least one person come back to deal with you, if not 2 people. And when that happens, your team can easily take the top tower and push in farther. But now without the TP, the best they can do is push mid and top.
Looks like the Diana's just gonna come in and help them. Oh, wait, no. Just gonna back. Nice little reset here. See what can happen.
The inhib's half alive now. So they only have about another 2 minutes left. Vayne destroys the Caitlyn, gets kicked, but his Bloodthirster and Triumph saves him. If he gets away from that Ornn ult, he's gonna get another pentakill.
Might be. Those autos and those heals are just helping him out. Quadra
Just
kill.
go, another pentakill. Let's go.
Where's Orianna? Come on.
Waiting in the base. It's a question of if she tries to give up the pentakill, like to
Oh,
save the game,
she might
or
get it.
if no way!
Pentakill!
Pentakill number 2! If that does not tilt you off the face of the planet and win the game,
Oh man.
oh my god. I should not be casting these games. That is something that someone that's good at their job should do.
Hey man.
Like Brandon.
I'm not great. But 2 pentas in a game, wow.
That is-
that is amazing.
Freaking
I mean,
crazy.
Of course it went to a Vayne. But
Of course it would to evade. Who before those 10 kills was 2, 4, and 6 without his 2 pentakills.
oh
Just,
man.
okay, if you take a second to look at the damage that those teams had, there was absolutely no damage done that game. Besides the Vayne, who had 46 1,000 damage. More damage than the rest of his team combined. Almost more damage than the other team.
Oh boy. Yeah. Speechless.
That
I'm
was
rendered
crazy.
speechless. That was a great game. Oh, man.
We will take a short break of like 30 seconds.
Yep.
And we will be back.
Just to get ourselves into composure here after watching that absolute oh man. Yeah. Again, I'll stop the stream for a sec, guys. Don't go anywhere.